Hello everybody, here I am showing you some of my peas and also a few broad beans that are waiting to be planted outside, and I thought I would show you them, what stage they're at. I just haven't been able to put them out yet because it's just too cold. So anyway, I thought I'd give you a little tour of my greenhouse, which is over here. Sorry about that, swishing the camera really quickly. Now this is my greenhouse. You've been in it before if you've seen my other videos. It looks a lot like chaos, but it's work in progress, and this is what it's always like. I've got bits of bubble wrap that's just hanging up, protecting these that usually are on the trolley, that are outside usually, but it's been so windy these last few days we brought them inside just to protect them because they just get battered in the wind too much. But these are all as well ready for going out, but they can't go out yet, so it's just been one of those funny years. Now here I've got some netting up here, look. Now that's just makeshift netting at the moment, and it's mainly for me because, as well as the young seedlings, because at this time of year it's getting really, we've had a few hot spells, but it's not normally that hot. We usually have like a few hot days, but not enough for me to put up my green shading, which sort of reduces the temperature in the greenhouse, and I don't really want to do that at the moment, so I just pop a little bit up just to protect the bits that I have got in at the moment. So a bit later on I will put up the full roof green shading, which will protect everything throughout the rest of the year. Here I've got two propagators, and these are the ones that they're on a timer and they come on at night for the and warm, that keep the seedlings warm. But they also have lids, which are, these are the lids. They make like a mini greenhouse for, you know, as well, to keep, so the heat doesn't just go out into the old greenhouse, it just keeps everything slightly warm. So I've got a few things I need to prick out in the next day or two. I've got some chrysanthemum cuttings, some of which were done a couple of weeks ago and they're looking quite healthy, but some are not doing fantastic, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to get a few cuttings for myself from the chrysanthemums I've had for quite a long time, and I'd just like to refresh the actual mother plant, get rid of that eventually and get some new ones. So I've got some zinnias coming on and some tomatoes of different varieties. These little tiny tumbling tomatoes, these are just a pack of free seeds I got, and they just grow to a foot high, so they'll be handy for just having on the patio near the house. Oh, I've got these zinnias here, queen lime zinnias. They look as though they're desperate for potting on. That's another job for me to do. You can go with those because they're getting potted on today. Now these are all my little babies that I've potted on. These have all started their life just like these. They all, and then I just separate them out and pot them on. If you see my other videos you'll have seen that. But so I've got here some Dorcas Dara and some more zinnias, and these again at night time, because these aren't on the heat, they all have oh gosh, let me get that, one of these little plastic lids that goes on like that, and it just keeps them nice and warm. Even though we've had these really cold spells, it's enough. And then if I know it's going to be quite cold, I get the bubble wrap over there. I get the bubble wrap and I just lay it over the rest of the top as well, so it just insulates them a little bit. That helps me to get ahead of the game. I mean, I keep thinking, oh gosh, I've got loads to do, but it's only really the beginning of April, so I'm not really panicking. And under there, look, I've got some onions going and a few more lettuces and stuff like that. Here I've got some perennial spinach, which has started throwing out new leaf from last year. I feed all these big leaves. It looks a bit sickly, but I feed all of them to the chicky pods. The chickens, they really enjoy them. There's the chickens, look. This is a view out of my window, look. Can you see? Chicken having a dust bath. There's only 5 of them in there now. These were rescue hens originally. There's another one. Sat under the tree, just minding her own business. She's had her spinach, as well as her daily food. So this is, they're in this raspberry patch, look, through there. As you can see, I've got a raspberry patch through there. That's one of them, which is surrounded with nettles, unfortunately. But what we do is, in another week or two, my husband will just wait till they get a bit bigger, then he will pull them up and he will make some nettle tea. That's what he'll do with that. So here I've got some cardoons. I've already got cardoons and some more lettuces. These are from the first lot of lettuces I grew, and there's a few more lettuces down there. Now some more bits and bobs in there. I pop all sorts in these beds, but at the moment I've got all these chrysanthemums. These are some of my chrysanthemums. So I've got some more in the other greenhouse, and I've been taking the cuttings off these. Now some of these then I'm going to discard the actual plant and put the cuttings into the pot with some fresh compost. Talking of compost, here, as you can see, I've got a few bags sitting around, and that's because this one is leaf mould. Okay, so I mix a little bit when I'm making a mixture, and that is homemade compost. Got little bits of soil in it as well, so that's really nice. It's all good for potting on. So what I do is I make a mix. Then this one is your normal, this is just another, this is erin compost. I quite like this because it's lovely and light, and it's nice for sowing seeds in, mixed with a bit of leaf mould. Then this is just a Jack's Magic there, which is another nice one, and this is just a cheap one that I got that I'm just chucking into bigger pots to get rid of, mixing with the compost. But and on here I have ready, I prepared it this morning. It's a root trainer, and if you haven't got any of these, you know, they're brilliant. I've done my sweet peas in those. You see my sweet pea trains. I did some saved seed, and a few of them came up, which is enough for me. And they're in those, and they're really good. They just open up. In fact, I'll show you one. This is a bulk amount that I've got here. They open up like that, you see. And so that's how you get them out. You just open them up and just take them out carefully. So, but what I want to show you is here I have saved seeds. Okay, these are the broad beans that I showed you the first time outside, and I was really skeptical as to whether or not they would shoot, because I thought, oh, they don't look very big. I'll show you one. They're not very big. I'm going to sow some more today, so I'll get a couple out. Can you see? Look at them. I thought, oh, they're not going to be fantastic. But I dried these when the here we are. Don't know whether you could see them earlier, but I dried those, and some of them are a little bit thin and some aren't, but anyhow, they look okay to me. They've grown, so I'm going to be growing more of those and try and pick them better this year. I'm going to grow more of them this year. So that's the broad beans, and then I saved some peas. Look, all those peas are all my own saved seed, and they all came up. Isn't that fantastic? So when you're doing your peas and they go over and you think, oh, I can't eat them now, they'll be horrible. I just let them dry on the plant because I've got the room to leave them in situ, and then I just collect them when they've dried. And this is a cheap sweet corn packet, look. And I've done the same again. I've saved all these seeds, look. From some of the corn that came out, you know, funny shapes and things. Just not many peas, not many, just 2 cobs, I think. And they weren't even full cobs. But again, there. So I'm going to be sowing some of them today into this, and I've wet it already, and I'll just put 2 seeds in each one. We'll just put 2 seeds in each one, okay, for the peas, and then they'll get planted out, you know, in 2s next to each other. And then I'll have plenty because there's quite a lot of, you know, I think there's 32 in that lot altogether. So yeah, I've got that's me getting on with things there, and I've got a few grasses and things coming up, but all sorts of bits and bobs going, so I'm quite happy. Well, let me sit down. This is my little old chair. Look, I sit down in there. Oh, it's just nice to come in here and just sit sometimes. It gets a bit warm when the sun's out, and that's why the shade's important. So it's really lovely just to come out a day like this and just sit in here and look at everything, all the jobs I've got to do. But what I'll do is I'll turn the camera around and have a little quick chat with you and tell you how I've been getting on. Okay, take my glasses off, if I can do this, that is. Hang on, how do I do it? Oh, well, that's not right, is it? I don't know how to do this. I don't know. It's not letting me do it. Well, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? I'll just pause it. Well, it's still going, and I can't seem to get the camera to turn around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my Android round. Okay, it's very technical. All these technical difficulties, it's funny, isn't it? Yeah, so I just thought I would have a little quick chat and let you know it's been a year since I had my my operation and my chemotherapy for cancer that I had diagnosed last January, and it's been a year since I've had that, and I've finished all of the chemotherapy treatment. I was also on some, and I feel fine. I'm just, you know, pottering around and getting on with things, and my hair's growing back, as you can see. I'm quite liking the grey, so I'm not worried about that. But I've still got to have some treatment in tablet form that they want me to have, which is to support my bones, because they said in ladies who have gone through the menopause, this medicine that they give you, this tablet form, is to support your bones and also for your bone marrow, and so you don't get osteoporosis. And also, it also is very effective at stopping the cancer coming back. It's been trialled the consultant said it was trialled from 2016. And they'd had very good results, and for ladies in my position, who have had the breast cancer and then had the menopause, it's very effective, very good. You know, it's a good chance. So I was really pleased about that. But in a way, I'm sort of feeling, after all of the things that I've been reading and watching just lately, these last few years, I'm a bit sceptical as to whether to take it now, because it's just another synthetic drug going into my body, and it's not a natural drug. But having said that, the dilemma is that I think, well, I've had already had 2 lots of it in when I had it intravenously. I had a year's worth intravenously, and my body seems to be okay. So I'm sort of thinking, well, and my husband's had a good read up about it, because the consultant said, it's very good. He says, read up about it, read up about the person who made it, who discovered this, and read up about it and see what you think. I hope I'm in the centre. I don't know if I am, because I can't see myself. See what you think, and have it in tablet form, because I said I'm not coming in to have into the hospital, not at the moment. Why put myself under any risk? So especially in our area, so because it's supposed to be high in our area at the moment, although I don't pay much attention to that because I don't go out anyway, so I stay in all the time and out in the garden. But so he said, oh, you can have it in tablet form, so that's made it a lot easier. I can have just 1 tablet a day every morning, just for 2 years. So I'm sort of thinking, I'll probably take it, because my husband thinks, reading everything that he's read, that he thinks I should take it. Another thing is, I didn't want to go into the hospital because I don't want to have any tests. I'm not having any tests because I don't trust them, and I'm certainly not having any jabs. You know what I mean, don't you? I'm not having any jabs because I've seen so many horror stories, and it's not good. There's a lot. The thing is, all these passports are wanting us to have. It's ridiculous. Once you give your freedom away, they'll add more onto the passport. Once they make everybody have the passport, which they're not making me have a passport. And there's a lot of people, I watch a lot of people who aren't going to have it. And I know in a lot of states in America, they've said no. There's a lot of countries. I mean, I saw a picture last night of Romania. They were demonstrating. The whole place was packed full of people. You could not even see the street because it was just a seething mass of bodies protesting in Romania. It was amazing. So I don't think it's going to come off, but the trouble is, once you take a passport, have the passport, and you say, oh yeah, everybody should have it just so we can go on holiday. No, I'm not having it just so I can go on holiday and mix with a load of people and go and catch a blinking manufactured bug, which it is. No, I'm not doing it. And I'm not having a passport, and I'm not going to be forced to it. But the trouble is that once they try and force you to have this, then they start saying, well, you can't go to work, or you can't go into a shop without a passport. So they'll end up, if these people got their way, they'd stop you being able to do anything. And you wouldn't be able to go into a shop, you wouldn't be able to buy food for yourself, you wouldn't go to work. How are you going to cope? But not only that, what else are they going to add on to this health passport after they've got this one through? Or you can't go in this if you've I don't know, HIV or anything like that. It's just, once you give these freedoms away, the government will not let you have it back. Okay, once it's gone, it's gone. And it doesn't matter for us, because I'm old. If you're older, it don't matter for us, does it? No, because we've had a lot of our life. What about the children? We're leaving the legacy, we're leaving the children. No, it is wrong. It is totally wrong, and I'm not doing it. But don't think I spend all my days worrying about this. I spend all my days really watching things like Poirot, things that haven't been contaminated with all this cancel culture stuff. I'm watching all the nice older stuff, me and my husband. But I spend a lot of time in the garden and doing a bit of baking, and I went into the small greenhouse this morning. There was a little wren stuck in the greenhouse, so I went in there and opened the door and walked very slowly to the end, and it flew out of the door. Yeah, it did. So cute. It's wonderful when you see the wildlife around and try and take in some wildlife if you can. But yeah, I think that's what I wanted to tell you today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.